to my last video from backpacking Southeast Asia. This timeline's a little bit weird, so just to kind of catch you up, when I got to Hanoi up in the north of Vietnam, I was just in town for a couple of days. Then I went to Lan Ha Bay, and then I went to Sapa, and then I rode the Ha Giang Loop, and then I came back to Hanoi for a few more days to kind of finish out this whole chapter of my life. And I decided to, instead of kind of like breaking everything up, just put all of Hanoi into one video. And of course, once I got to Hanoi, the first order of business was to get not only checked into my hostel, but I needed to get a banh mi sandwich. I was starving and I just couldn't wait to try the food in Hanoi. Of course, there happened to be a good banh mi place just around the corner from my hostel, which happened to be in the center of Old Town. So it took maybe 5 minutes to get there. And of course, on my way back, I found a smoothie place that I really liked, which was kind of dangerous because it was right next to my hostel, but that's okay. So then after a really good night's sleep in probably one of my top, I'd say it's probably my top 5 accommodations from this whole trip, I went to church the next morning, and then I found the famous Banh Mi 25. There was a Harry Potter themed cafe. It actually turned out to be a 10-minute, well, closer to 15-minute walk away from my hostel. So of course, on my second night, I had to go. It's called the Always Cafe. I actually made a reel about it on Instagram. It was phenomenal. The next day, after a pretty decent breakfast at my hostel, I went and got one of my favorite self-care things done, and I got my hair washed again. Even though it was gonna be hot and I knew it wasn't gonna last very long, just being in the salon, knowing that I was gonna be pampered for a little bit was so nice.
I decided that I love getting my hair washed in Vietnam. I think it's kind of on par with getting foot massages in Thailand. The only downside is this is literally the only time my hair has been down in the last few months, and it is hot and it gets sweaty, so it only lasts for a little time, but for that small amount of time that I have it dry, clean, and straight down, I enjoy it. But I'm thinking I've got a half-hour walk home, I've got a motorbike tour tonight, so it's gonna get destroyed, but it felt so good. And I guess I should also say that it's more the experience of getting it, like that hour of being pampered, than it necessarily is the end result and how long it lasts. I also might have forgot to mention that in addition to getting my hair washed multiple times, I get a wonderful head massage, and then she also did a really nice chest, shoulder, and upper back massage, which honestly, when you've been living and sleeping in hostels and dorm rooms and sleeping on not the best surfaces, it does wonders. I feel so rejuvenated and ready for the next couple of places I'm going to be sleeping.
Food tours will always be one of my favorite ways to get to know a place. Up until this point, I had been on multiple food tours around Vietnam, and of course, we ate a lot of things that I have had before, but then I got introduced to a couple new things, including something on the side of the road. This one shocked me.
It's called Calbia. It's good. know that this tour included that. So I got an egg chocolate, which is like the egg coffee but with hot chocolate instead.
You want to drink hot egg chocolate or cold egg chocolate?
What's better?
Hot is better because it's raw egg yolk.
Hot then.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Okay, not too hot. When it's
Okay,
hot, it's
that's
better.
fine. Apparently the train's gonna pass right through here. I don't know how I feel about that. I wasn't ready for this.
On top is cacao powder, then egg cream, chocolate at bottom.
Oh my gosh.
So now you spoon the egg cream on top first, then you mix it later.
Okay, I want to try it first.
Yeah. One.
Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh. I never thought I'd be able to experience this. It was definitely interesting. And then I mix it.
Yeah, you fold it slowly around 3 times. We got chocolate at bottom.
Chocolates at the bottom.
Yeah, and now you sip it to try.
Now I what?
You raise a cup, you sip it to drink.
Sip it now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just got the egg.
Yeah,
But
egg
it's
cream.
good.
Yeah, when you finish the egg part, you taste chocolate.
Yeah. So apparently we had to move sides because we were going to be too close to the train. So now we're all just kind of waiting.
Sit in front of me.
Okay, now that the most chaotic 30 seconds of my life are over, I still can't believe that happened. I used to think that people were exaggerating by being like scared how close the train was. This is terrifying. Like every time like the ladder would be coming up on the car, I would like tuck in a little bit, think, oh my gosh. But it's, I don't want to say it's safe. It's as safe as they can make it. Like there were a bunch of guys spaced out on the tracks up until the train came up to make sure that nobody came up here. But I'm still a little like, oh my gosh. That was thrilling. Absolutely thrilling. Now I'm gonna finish the egg chocolate. Apparently there's another train coming from the opposite direction. It's my lucky night.
Still think that riding on the back of a motorbike for a food tour is probably the best way to go about doing it. Although this wasn't my favorite food tour, it was still a blast. In a few months, I'll be doing like a yearly recap of a lot of things. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to rank all of these food tours that I've done and explain why they're amazing, why I think everybody should do that, and it'll be just another way to relive the experience. Okay, so after this food tour, I went to sleep, I woke up the next morning, and that's when I went to Lan Ha Bay, and then I came back, and then the next day that's when I took off for Sapa and rode the Hajong Loop. And then the rest of this video picks up after all of those adventures have ended, and I came back feeling different than I thought I would. But I still had a lot that I wanted to do in Hanoi. Today starts my last full weekend in Asia, my last couple of days here in Hanoi, and as a treat to myself for completing the Hajong Loop, I've decided to make today a spa and pamper day. So I'm actually waiting for the bus. We'll see if it shows up. If it doesn't, I'll call a motorbike. But I'm gonna go get a pedicure, which I haven't had since Thailand, and my feet desperately need it. I'm gonna go get a facial because I ran out of face wash right before I left for the mountains and I didn't have time to go replenish it. And I'm gonna get my hair washed because I love it and I'm not gonna be able to do it that frequently anymore moving forward. So, and then tonight, oh, I'm so excited. Tonight I made reservations at one of the most famous Michelin starred restaurants here in Hanoi. I can't pronounce it, but I'm so excited. Now we're just waiting for the bus. So that's the bus number that I need. You always have a little bit more hope when there's like a local waiting for the bus too, because there's always a chance it's just not going to show up, but
thank goodness I can call a motorbike, and it's really not that far away. I was just hoping to not be like a sweaty mess when I got there, and it's like drizzling a little bit. So also, I don't know if you can see the flashing signal light behind me. So there's a lot of traffic signals in and around Old Town. For the most part, they only truly like work with red and yellow and green at night when it's like super busy. So like right now it's just flashing yellow, so it's kind of just like a free-for-all, but everybody goes pretty slow and nobody really stops except for the tourists. So it's odd that it just works. Also, these roads are really narrow. I'm not sure what the bus looks like, if it's like a little van or if it's an actual bus. I've taken the bus in Vietnam before plenty of times. This is just the first time I've taken it in Hanoi in the Old Quarter. South, it was I think 8,000 or 6,000, I can't remember, but it's super cheap and you can ride it as far as you want. There's usually an attendant on the bus, and then you basically get in the bus and you sit down, and then once the bus takes off, the attendant will come over and collect your money. And it's always good to have like smaller bills, so I knew that I was going to take the bus, so I actually just had a 10,000 note in my pockets just to make it a little bit easier for him. Hello, hello. The guard saying hello. I got off one stop too early because I wanted to walk a little bit more. Seriously, walking and vlogging in Southeast Asia is always kind of a gamble, a little bit of adventure, because like I want to be looking down just to make sure that I'm not stepping in a dog poop right there, an open hole, or anything else. My time in Southeast Asia is coming to an end. It just hit me today. I have 3 more full days, essentially, well, 4. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I have 4 full days before I leave this part of the world, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be back. I know I will be back because there are things that I want to do. There are countries I haven't been able to visit because of conflict and of price. So I will be back at some point, but for now, the Southeast Asian leg of my journey abroad is coming to a close. And you always think about, okay, I gotta make sure I do everything that I want to, gotta scramble to get everything done before it's over. And the cool thing is I've been able to kind of structure my life so that I'm always doing things that I want to do, so that I don't feel that panic at the end of the day, that I don't feel that sense of urgency, like I have to go tick off like all these things, like because I've waited for so long to do everything. If anything, I have to force myself to go out and still adventure because I want to kind of hunker down and get some work done in preparation for this next chapter. But enough rambling. Let's go get our nails done and our face rubbed and our hair shampooed and massaged. Oh, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. I've seriously been looking forward to this ever since I started the Ha Giang Loop, because I knew that I was gonna treat myself. I'm always grateful when there's a working sidewalk and street lights, but even though I have a green light, it's never a guarantee that I'm gonna cross safely, so you always have to watch. It's so crazy how in different parts of the world the crossing stripes of the zebras mean other things. So I remember when I was in Romania driving with Nikki the first time, she cautioned me that as we're driving, if somebody is in the crosswalk or in the zebras, I should not cross, no matter if they're just a few feet in or about to leave it, that it's kind of like a sacred thing, and you just don't enter the crosswalk. Whereas here, I've got bikes in front of me, behind me. I have to keep going at my pace, that way I don't get hit. Always an adventure. It's like a land of lawlessness. I mean, this guy has just parked this massive bus, not only in the crosswalk, but in the intersection. He's really blocking the way for cars that are trying to get through, but I don't know, there's like this feeling of apathy with all the drivers, that it's just every man for himself. You don't like where I am? Go around. And yet it still works. That's what baffles my mind. It's one of the things I am gonna miss. Oh, I'm gonna miss a lot of things. I'm not gonna think about that. Let's go get pampered. Three and a half hours later. I forgot how much I love having my hair played with. It's so soft and clean. My face is very clean as well and very soft. I forgot how not relaxing getting pedicures are out here. My feet have literally taken a beating, and that's my fault. I have not been taking very good care of them since I've been out here. I wear sandals every day. I walk everywhere, and so my heels have gotten really thick and really like tough. And so it was pretty funny because my girl that was doing my pedicure had to call her friend over and help, and they both had like sanders going on both of my heels. States they use like a cheese grater kind of a thing, and here they use this thing. It's like one of those cheese slicers where you like, it's like metal and you put it on top of like a brick of cheese and you just pull it and it like a nice little slice comes off. That's what they were using on my feet, and I was so stressed out. Did a really good job, did a really good heel treatment, so I'm really excited with how it all turned out. So now I'm just outside my hostel. I'm gonna take a quick nap for a little bit. Okay, so I cleaned up a little bit, put some makeup on, and a dress because I am going to one of Hanoi's Michelin star restaurants. It has 1 star, and I really don't know what kind of food it is. I know it's Vietnamese food, but I'm not sure like what type of region it's from. I imagine it's from the north, but I'm excited. I don't know if it's a tasting menu or if it's you order different plates, but it looks like there's a huge line outside, so I'm really excited that I made a reservation. I don't know if it's gonna hold. I don't know if reservations will work the same, but I guess we'll find out. I guess they have 2 buildings because they're so popular. So I got to the secondary location right inside, and it's air conditioned. It looks like they do have, I guess, set menu option, or I can order a la carte. We'll see. I'm literally in a room by myself. It's kind of different being the only one in here. Not really sure why. But I do have the bar right next to me so I can watch them make drinks. It's like my own private dining experience at a Michelin star restaurant. What can I say? So for a starter, I ordered banana flour and chicken salad. I had banana flour a few times before. It's pretty delicious. So banana flour is the flour that grows on a banana tree. And what they'll do, it's pretty huge, is they'll take it and they'll spiralize it. So that kind of like we spiralize like zucchini and stuff. And they eat it fresh, like in salads and stuff. I've only had it a couple of times and I've really enjoyed it. Plus there's lots of cilantro, onion, peanuts. So classy. I also got my favorite vegetable, morning glory. I started eating it when I was in Thailand and fell in love.
This is when I was trying to explain what I was eating when the couple next to me saw that I was recording and started talking to me. I had a slow roast pork ribs and rice.
In and out in an hour. Not because they were forcing me out, because I ate quick and they were fast. So, okay, so I want you to think Michelin star restaurant. I had 2 drinks, an appetizer, 2 sides, and a main. How much do you think I spent? 507,000 dong, which equates to just under $20 US. And also, like, a lot of times when you go to Michelin star restaurants, you get like tiny portions. I had so much food I could not finish it all. I finished off my banana flour and chicken salad, ate about half of the morning glory. There was tons of like fried garlic on it. I had a little bit of rice. I really didn't want it, but they were like, don't you want rice? I'm like, okay, I guess I'll have some rice. And then about like half of the pork. It was just so much food. And then of course they followed up with a plate of watermelon slices, which I couldn't say no to. So now that I'm stuffed, I'm gonna walk it off a little bit and go grab some dessert. Finding it very difficult to choose. Everything looks so good, but I'm like really full. So I'm just getting a bunch of like mini things and maybe something to take home. Okay, so I got like a flight of macarons, a whole container full of like mini croissants, which is gonna be for breakfast tomorrow. I got a mini, look how cute this is, chocolate tart. I got a pastéis nata and then they call it a mini donut. I don't think it's actually a donut. But it's very cute. That's very good. Oh, and all of this for like $7. Crazy. After a crazy rainstorm last night, tons of lightning and thunder, like it was pretty scary. I am heading this morning to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. So Ho Chi Minh was a very beloved leader of the Vietnamese people, and in 1975 they built this mausoleum to honor him, and apparently his body is on display. I won't be able to actually film his body out of respect and it's against the rules, but the building itself is beautiful and there's a ton of like historical buildings that I can walk around. I think it has really weird hours, but I've called a motorbike to get over there quickly because I heard that the lines can get pretty intense. And the line is absolutely insane. I have actually never seen a line this long except at Disneyland. It is literally wrapping around the block twice. There are school groups, there are tour groups. I don't know if I'm gonna go in. I don't know if I want to wait in this line, to be honest. So I'm trying to think if the US had a leader that was as revered as Ho Chi Minh, where people would, this long after his death, because Ho Chi Minh died in 1969, I believe. So we're talking decades after. Would there literally be this many people lining up to see his embalmed body, to learn about him? And it's, I mean, also considering the timing, I don't know, maybe Abraham Lincoln? I don't know. Should also mention this is the line to buy the ticket to get in. I'm not even in. Okay, I made the executive decision to not visit Ho Chi Minh's mausoleum. I wanted to talk about that real quick. So when you travel, there's always going to be a list of things that people always say that you have to see or you have to experience whenever you visit a destination. And when I was starting out as a traveler, I would rely on those because, one, I didn't know how to find information. I didn't know like what to do when I got to a destination. Now that I'm a little experienced, I understand the difference between following other people's recommendations and understanding what I want to do, what I want to see. So I came here this morning to check it out, to see, hopefully to beat the crowds. Obviously I didn't do that. As I was standing in line and the line wasn't moving and I was looking ahead to see how many blocks the line wrapped before it even got to the ticket office, I had to wonder if that was something I actually wanted to do. And the answer is no. I don't feel the need to see
a former leader's embalmed body to learn about them. I don't need to be in that presence. I don't need to be a hot, sweaty mess jostling the crowd, trying to just shuffle by because you can't like stop and like look at him. You literally are shuffled past him, so you get kind of a brief glance. Got to the point where I was having to force myself to stay, and at that point it's not worth it to me. If I have to force myself to do something, that means I don't actually want to do it and I need to move on. So I don't know what the rest of the day holds, but this was just kind of a deep moment this morning. So I moved about a kilometer down the road and came to the Temple of Literature. It's a Confucian temple with like beautiful buildings. Looks like some pretty sprawling grounds in the shade. I don't know too much about Confucius or Confucianism, so this will be a fun thing to learn. This is stunning. There are information plaques everywhere that kind of explain the layout of this place that has been here for 1,000 years. After I shot this video, I ended up getting a phone call that would shape the way the rest of my year was gonna look. So I headed home, worked on editing a vlog a little bit, and then just sat in my hostel bed, kind of just reveling the fact that this was gonna be the last time I was gonna be sleeping in a dorm room, in a bunk bed, beneath a guy that snores worse than I do. Next morning was my last morning in Southeast Asia, in Vietnam. So I made my way over to Banh Mi 25, just kind of sat and enjoyed, people watched, reveled in the heat, tried not to melt, before walking around again and having my absolutely last meal in Vietnam, which was $1 bowl of pho. And after that last bowl of pho, I went back to the hostel. I got picked up and taken to the airport and left Southeast Asia. I have so much still to process. I'm months out from that leg of my journey, and I'm still trying to process everything that happened. Creating these videos has really helped. I'm just so grateful that I was able to work hard and make this happen for myself. Now I am on the next chapter of my adventure, having just the best time ever. I'm coming at you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia, with so many places yet to go, but that's a story for next week, so we'll see you then.